Hey guys, Connie from The Painted Photographer here. We're going to do another ATC card for this week. It is week 7. Can you believe that? We are 7 weeks into the new year already. This ATC weekly challenge has been so exciting for me. And thank you to everyone who leaves me a comment. I really love that all of you are watching them. I hope that some of you are making the cards as well. You just take a standard playing card and get a brand new deck. You can get them at your dollar stores. A brand new deck of cards. It's got the size and everything. If you want, you can use the children's playing cards, and they're a little bit bigger in size. Then every week you take one card and you alter it. And you do an artist trading cards. These cards are meant to be traded with other artists. Wouldn't it be fun to have a group of people that made ATC cards and then you traded? But the only thing is, I don't know if I'm willing to trade mine. Let's see what I did for the week. All right, let's get started for the week. So with this card, I was going to use my pink background with birds rice paper. I created this background with my rice paper using all kinds of different paint and put some circles on it, stencil some birds on it. I absolutely love this background paper. It's really good for mixed media. You can find this on my website at thepaintedphotographer.com. Next, I am choosing this dark purple stamp for my purple element and using my stamp element that I have also on each of the cards. And then a friend of mine at the store today had told me that she used gauze, and I'm like, I have some of that. I didn't realize that it was full of plaster. So I went ahead and thought, well, let's try and use this anyway. So I think I'm going to use it as a strip down the center. But then I realized that it was probably a little bit too short for that. So I went ahead and cut it the long way because it is a little bit too short for the card. I wanted it to cover the entire card. So I cut it down using a scissors and cut it the long way. I shook off and crunched off as much of that plaster that I could get off of it. It is a good texture that you can have on the card as well if you leave that plaster on there, but it's like for making a cast. So like if you were going to put your finger in a cast or your arm in a cast, I think this is the stuff that they would actually use. And I did a project using this cloth, and I put it on top of a vase and then painted on top of it. It turned out amazing. It is a YouTube video. You can go ahead and search for it, or I can put the link in the comments or in the description. So like I said, I took off as much of that plaster as I could possibly take off, and you can see it all there on the cardboard below, but there is still some of it on there, but I actually kind of like that texture. I have some gesso from quite a few years ago, and it's starting to get hard and be unusable. So I thought, let's just use up as much as I possibly can instead of throwing out this product that is going to work perfectly on this card. So I covered up the card with the gesso. I do like the way the gesso lets you put a different medium on top of it. It has a different way of sealing your paper or whatever you're working on in. So I went ahead and I marked on my rice paper where I wanted to cut. When you're cutting rice paper, be careful, because if you just cut from the edge, you will wrinkle the paper. So what I do is I usually put it into my paper cutter, and then I slide my paper cutter not on the paper. I lift it up and I slide it to the middle, and then I go back and forth cutting that off. And so it makes a smooth cut from the top side and from the bottom side. Now that is the size of the card. So I'm going to figure out where I want this to be, mark that, and then cut this to width.
Never knew that it could feel this way when you lie next to someone You don't even need to play pretend, 'cause you find the way you are. I wanna know you better.
We're going to use the stamp for our stamp element on this card. Every week I use a color, and the color is for the birthstone of the month, which is Amethyst for February, so we are using purple. And this stamp does have some purple in it, so I'm tearing out where the stamp is, leaving some of the postage marks on there as well, making it that same length as of the card like I did with the plaster. And so I'm using this paper, and I taught you the trick a couple weeks ago where you take a piece of packing tape and you put it on the back side and then you peel some of that paper off. Well, I went ahead and did that trick, and it might not have turned out as well, but I still do like the way it turned out. So I'm going to let you watch that process.
Take you out, show you the time of your life. I want to figure out what it takes to give you everything you desire. I want to lay beneath the stars with you in the back of my truck. I guess that this is what they call love. Baby, you've been driving me crazy for so long now. I've been waiting on the sidelines, praying for the right time to let you know. You're all I ever wanted and more. I wanna level out, order something and stay in. Put a record on, let's hide the phones and make believe the world don't exist. Let's pull up ties and take a trip to someplace new. Don't care where, as long as I have you.
not a cute look getting kicked out of the bar when you're no longer 19. Still acting like a child, feeling like nobody gets it. I always start these fights, don't hate my guts right now, 'cause I'm still figuring it out. You're the silver lining when I can't seem to find it. When the whole world is against me, you're not. Baby, you're the bright side when there's no goddamn sunshine. You're always around to pick me up. You're the silver lining. You're the silver lining. Small talk on busy streets. Right now, I don't even know if I deserve you. Sometimes I wonder what you see, 'cause I'm still acting like a child. Yeah, you always see the best in me. I always start these fights, but you still love me, right? I'm still figuring it out. You're the silver lining.
Even though it was a happy accident, I still do like the way it turned out. So we're going to go in with this IOD transfer. This is the lavender from the Painterly Florals transfer pack. This was the wreath. I never used the wreath, and I cut it apart for a different project, and I had these leftover scraps. So I'm going to go with the smaller looking lavender, but that background is way too bright for me. So I'm going to mist the card and then just put some DIY's White Swan over the top of everything and let it sit for just a bit, and then take a baby wipe and suck some of that white paint off, and it just mutes that brightness back a little bit. Remember, I'm not that bright person who I see all these bright ATC cards, and mine always look a little bit more on the dull side to me, but I think that's because I like that look. I'm going to go and put this just square stencil on. It looks like I really need to wash my stencil, and I will do that as soon as I'm done here. I don't wash my stencils very often, but this side happens to be a little bit flatter. And so I'm just going to take some electrified DIY paint in that green. Oh no, I'm using Aviary. I'm going to take Aviary. The electrified is already on the stencil. I'm going to take Aviary and do those little squares onto the card. And you don't have to be perfect. And that's the whole artistic look to the stencils, is you just don't have to be perfect. And I didn't like how it was just going across the center there, so I tried to add just a few more up top on the top of the stamp, just to make it flow just a little bit better than going straight across. So I do like that. Now we're going to go ahead and I'm going to teach you how to cut some of these transfers out. You can just go ahead and cut on the wherever you want the transfer to start and stop. And what I do on this lavender is I just cut the stems off the tops of the flowers, and it starts a whole new floral look for you. So here we have these little tiny pieces, and because these cards are smaller, we're going to layer them on top of this card, and you can watch as I do that.
Even if I try to leave, you still make me wanna stay. You ask me to believe in the words that you say, but I can't be strong if you can't move on. Don't you think we've had enough of the drama know you say you wanna change, but lately things have been the same. And it's my heart you're holding back again. And I can't be strong if you can't move on. Every time I hear you say my name, it always feels the same. 'Cause I've loved you for a lifetime. We can run through fire and rain, but it always feels the same. 'Cause I've loved you for a lifetime. Now is the time for you to leave the past We can run through fire and rain, but it always feels the same. 'Cause I've loved you for a lifetime. When I hear you say my name, it always feels the same. 'Cause I've loved you for a lifetime.
I am going to call this card finished. I do like the texture of it. I like the lavender on the top and the different layers that we have going on here today. You can still see my rice paper in the back, that little bright pop of pink back there. And I seal it all in using the DIY liquid patina and then let it dry.
Even if I try to leave,
There we go. Another great video for an ATC card. That was my third week of doing purple. I have one more week of purple left. I'm not tired of it yet. I know that might sound crazy because purple's not my color, but I am enjoying the purple. And tell me, what's next month? It's March. So that, I believe, is aquamarine. My dad's birthday is in March, my sister's, my nephews, my nieces, my daughters, my husband's, my grandsons. We have a lot of birthdays in March. March is our birthday month. It starts at the middle of the month and it goes all the way to the very, very last day. So if you have a birthday in March, let me know. I think it's aquamarine. I know it's like a light blue color. Tell me if I'm wrong. So until next time, happy painting.